Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Desert Flower from CZT Sue Bailey. All right, this is a neat one, and Sue shows us two ways to use it on her step out, and that you can find in the description section of this video, where it says for more inspiration. Also, make sure to take a look at how she has used it. It's just brilliant. Okay, so this starts off with a row of orbs. I'm going to start in the center. I'm also going to try to draw these really big. Let's see how well I can do. Oh, then let's try to make them around the same size, Heather. Alright, I was going to do 5 like in the step out, but I'd rather have it be kind of sort of evenly across. Alright, so once you have your row of orbs, then this will be coming sort of off the sides of it. Let me start right here in the middle. So in these crevices, we're going to do like an S shape. Like that. And we'll do that for all of them. I've been playing with this for a little bit, have not quite found my pens and my hands happy place, but this shape always is a challenge for me anyway, so it's all good. Okay, and you know what? It's Zentangle. It doesn't matter. It's all good. So a bunch of these going up kind of looks like flames to me. Then, where all these dots are, or the points I mean, we're going to make more orbs. I'm starting right on that top and bringing it over so that when they touch, just like just like these ones did. And then it says a rinse and repeat, making those shapes. It's kind of like the onion dome shape, but not as squatty. And so what's also neat is that if I flip it over, 1 second, I was just realizing it's like, oh, let me just make that quiet. We're going to do the same thing here. So you can have this go up, as far as you want, but we're going to do the same thing on the bottom here. I'd like to get more curve, but you know what? There are some. Oh, that one was nice. There's some strokes that I just have a challenge with, and it's okay. All right, and this is as far as Sue went on her first step out. Then it's playtime, so she colored these in, filled them in, I should say. And I'm going. Ooh, I should have left a little sliver on the other side. Oh well. Since I've done it this way. And actually, you know what? I'm going to put. So this is what I do to add the shine. Is I will put a little orb in. I was going to change to my graphic one if it's. I should have looked to see if it was handy. I thought it was. Yeah, yes. It's always handy until I need it. That is, you're always tripping over something, and then when you go to look for it, it's like, where is that? All right. Make a little bit of a little speediness with this. But I like to do this if you've not seen me do this before, or if you've not seen anyone do it this way before. You can always add in with a white gel pen after the fact. But I like to do this sometimes, and I can't remember if I'm one of those. I'm sure I didn't come up with it on my own. But what's nice about doing it this way, if you can, is that number one, um, it's there, and you remember that it's there. Let's see if I can do it with this. Oh, I can. Although, but you can also, if you still use the white afterwards. What's nice about it is it's not competing with the black ink, because sometimes the white gel pen just doesn't want to cooperate, or you have to go over it again, because the ink will kind of soak into the pen and you don't have that nice vibrant white. But this, you can do that. I even do it with when I'm doing the shine on like a band, where I'll just leave a gap. And any tone, any paper color that you use, because this is essentially off white, because it's a Zentangle white bijou tile. But like I said, it's a little bit off white, so I can still use the gel pen if I want to make that nice and vibrant. And what I was also reminding myself, not liking some of my little lines, is when we get to the end, then and we do some play, maybe add some shading, it all ends up looking different when it's at the end. So if you find yourself having that same kind of frustration, don't fret. It's okay. Just wait till the end. Trust the process. All right, so there we go. And then I like how she did this, where she just did a little straight line up the top, up towards the center. Now, what I would like, as I continue to play with this one, my goal would be is to make the shape so that way they're maybe more of an S shape, so that way this bottom side, this and the top look the same. So that's just something that I'm going to have to play with. And until I get that way, I'm just not going to worry about it. It's all good. And I think that ends up looking rather cute. Now, I'm going to guess, you could, if you wanted to go and put orbs down this way, you could continue off to the top. You'd end up with one that look like bowling pins or something like that. Um, you can have just a lot of fun with it. I'm going to put a little graphite on the side of these just to add a little something. You could, well, actually, she did one sample where she didn't have the little lines, but did shading like at all of the tips, and that created a really neat effect. So again, take a look at that. Oop, good thing I have some left there. Look at that for more inspiration link. I see another one that I missed, but that's okay. It's good every once in a while to use what's left on the tortillon. No, I can see it better on my. Let's do this. Let's make it. Hmm. Oh yeah, let's do this where we go up a little bit. Almost filling in that second half. You could do. I'm extending it past that line. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, because just having it on the line, looks all right. But this gives it a little bit more of a depth, like it's sinking in to that center, like a little fold or something. Now, she also has I mentioned a second way of doing this. Same strokes, but this would be more like a line or a border tangle. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to start in the middle with an orb. We'll go ahead and just fill that in just because. All right, then, like I mentioned, same shape. Although this one, she seemed to come out a little bit of the sides. And we're going to go up and down. Let me get center here. Then, and you can pick whichever side. So from this tip, and we're going to have it maybe barely touch. If I have it kind of come off the top like that, then that's good. And fill these little guys in. I am too much of a creature of habit. This is how she did it on her step out, and that's how I emulated that on mine. And I could fill those in afterwards, but I don't. But I didn't do it on my thing, so therefore, it's so silly. All right, then from here, this side is essentially done. So we're going to come from this side, and I almost want to. Well, I want to mimic it, sort of. I think I'm. Maybe I need to do it this way. I seem to feel it better when I'm going up. I don't know. Let's try. And then if you want to continue on, you could just keep alternating the sides. Well, that one. Oops. Okay, these are just going to get filled in. Because I like to have the shine on one side or the other. You know, and that's also kind of the nice thing. If you don't like something, just fill it in. Something goes awry. All right, there we go. I'll add it in after. And then same thing here. And what did I say? I said I was liking doing it from the bottom. So let's do that. I'm going to turn it. Right. And then if I was continuing off the page, like so. So it's just a neat secondary way to do. Oh, and now you can see what I mean by you have to compete. I'm scribbling this off the side of the edge of my paper, which is kind of like a blotter. Well, helps to make sure that it's flowing. See how it just doesn't want to cooperate. Not necessarily the pen's fault. It's just, well, too, I could have probably let that dry a little bit. Sometimes dabbing it like this seems to help, but letting it dry is usually key. And sometimes if it's not working and cooperating, just let what is there dry. And what I'm, as I'm swirling it onto my paper, and so let's just see here. Oops, you can see that I should have dabbed it somewhere else because I brought in some of that black ink. Yeah, oh, you can almost see that it's just a little bit more vibrant. I'm going to go back to that first one. Yeah. So there we go. And the key word with this is that what I'm telling myself right now, patience. Just let it dry. Leave it alone. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. All right. And then, too, with this, actually, let's just put some graphite in those tips so we can see what that looks like and not put anything in there because you don't have to. Just putting a little teeny bit because I don't have a lot of room. Ooh, see, look at how neat that looks. So either way, or come up with something else. So neat tangle. I like the looks of it, and yeah. Also in that in the link for Sue's Step Out, the For More Inspiration link. Uh, I'm not sure if it was Linda or Sue that a lot of times Linda will give a lot of background information and extra things, and there was a lot there. So do take a look at that. It's kind of neat to see, um, inspiration behind these. All right, if you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, would love to have you click like. Feel free to share it, leave comments. Oh, I'm just thinking alternating that would be neat too. Leave comments, and if you liked it enough to see more, I would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I mentioned the description section several times. Besides Sue's link, I always do my own version of the Step Out, and that I have done of both of these. Below that, ways to connect with me. That's a little bit better. Ways to connect with me, my website link. If you happen to be on Facebook and want to participate in a group that is quite active and does a lot of great tangling, it's just fantastic. Would love to have you join us there. If you're looking for online classes or sessions, I like to call them, would love to have you join us. I do classes almost twice weekly. Most of them are free, but some of them are paid, so that way I can afford to do the free ones and keep the lights on, and keep me in pens and tiles. Um, but yeah, that information, you'll see a link in. I have a big menu it's right at the top of the page, and you can't miss it. And so there's information there for classes and sessions, and yeah, I think that's it. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.